If I could buy long-term puts, if I could buy a 5-year put on every one of the cryptocurrencies, I'd be glad to do it, but I would never short a dime's worth.
So if Warren Buffett's cryptic crypto warning rings true, how can you protect your profits? Our crypto baller, BK, is back. He's here to tell us how to protect your Bitcoin gains. Speaks.
Yeah, so there are actually some ways to do it now. So, Warren, if you happen to buy some Bitcoin, put down your cherry Coke and listen to this. This is how you do it. How do I protect my gains? So we're talking about a hedging strategy here. So it's very important to identify that key level. So in a hedging strategy, you don't want to be hedging 100% all the time. You want to be hedging when you think there's going to be an event. So you identify that key level, that's your trigger. Now, with the CBOE contracts, there's 1 Bitcoin per contract. So if I buy or sell 1 CBOE contract, that means I'm protecting 1 BTC worth of my portfolio. Then you're going to take it off when it moves about 20%, which sounds like a big move, but for Bitcoin, that can be a morning sometimes. So let's go to the chart and see how this works. So we had today 1350 on the Bitcoin futures, on the February futures, was the low of today. To me, that's that key level, because that really comes in at support right there. So if it breaks 1350, I want to go with the momentum and protect my position. So for every 1 Bitcoin I own, I'm going to sell 1 CBOE contract. And if we drop down 20%, you're talking about $10,000 roughly or so. So you have profits on that whole thing. Now, in this, you're not going to put a protective stop in, because remember, you're long Bitcoin already. This is to protect that position.
All right, so is it just for Bitcoin only, or are there other ones that you can use this strategy for?
So most of these currencies do trade with a high correlation to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still the big daddy of the place. Sometimes that correlation breaks, but in general, if you have, let's say, a $100,000 crypto portfolio, for somebody like Guy, it's probably a $100 million crypto portfolio, you can still use this, and it won't be a perfect hedge, but it'll help.
Brian, I think the ultimate question is a lot of liquidity is coming into this market, and there's a lot more sophistication. Why just Bitcoin futures? Why not 4 or 5 other major crypto instruments to be able to trade? When's it happening?
When's it happening? You know what? I think it's going to happen very, very soon. I mean, we already had the Bitcoin futures. Would not surprise me to see Ethereum futures coming next. That's probably the next thing on the thing. I think we should have it. We need the sophistication, because these are hedging tools. These are de-risking tools. These are volatility dampening tools. It should be part of this ecosystem.
All right, Beeks, thanks for that. Class is adjourned.
Wow. Love that chalkboard. That was cool.
Still ahead, outgoing Domino CEO Patrick Doyle sitting down with CNBC's Jim Cramer moments ago for his first interview since announcing his departure. We'll give you an exclusive sneak peek at what he said. More Fast Money right after this.
When you have a really traumatic injury, we have a short amount of time to get our patient to the hospital with good results. We call that the golden hour.
Evaluating patients remotely is where I think we have the potential to make a difference.
We would save a lot of lives if we could bring the doctor to the patient.
Verizon is racing to build the first and most powerful 5G network that will enable things like precision robotic surgery from thousands of miles away.
As we get faster wireless connections, it'll be possible to operate on a patient in a way that was just not possible before.
When I move my hand, the robot on the other side will mimic the movement with almost no delay.
Who knew a scalpel could work thousands of miles away?
You might take something for your heart or joints, but do you take something for your brain? With an ingredient originally found in jellyfish, Prevagen is the #1 selling brain health supplement in drugstores nationwide. Prevagen, the name to remember.
Stock shortages, index funds that own don't trade, lower valuations than you think. I'm simply trying to explain what keeps driving the market higher. And it's something that's not going away. If anything, it seems to be accelerating.
Have you been told you can't get high-speed internet where you live? Well, you can with HughesNet Gen 5. Experience the power of next-generation satellite internet wherever you live. HughesNet Gen 5 is fast. You'll get 25 megabits per second, plus built-in Wi-Fi, and there's no hard data limits. So wherever you live, now you can do more of everything you love online. Connect on social media, stay informed, watch the latest videos, and help your kids get ahead. No wonder HughesNet is America's #1 choice for satellite internet.
Act now to save big and get a 2-year price lock guarantee, plus free standard installation.
So what are you waiting for? Get HughesNet Gen 5.
To order, call 1-800-748-5218. Be sure to ask about our home phone service too. Call 1-800-748-5218 today.
Welcome back to Fast Money. We've got a Kramer alert here. The CEO of Domino speaking to Jim moments ago about stepping down from the pizza delivery company after about 8 years at the helm. Take a listen to what he said.
I am thinking about nothing but Domino's until midnight on June 30th. And then my wife and I are going to go off and take 6 months and figure out what our next adventure is going to be. And I'm not going to retire. I'm too young for that. I'm going to keep doing something, but I have no idea what that's going to look like.
Stock falling about 3% today as investors took in the announcement, which happened last night during our show, of course. Tim, he meant a lot for the stock in terms of turning it around.
I think he meant a ton, and I think he's a visionary for the industry. And I think, we talked about this at other times. When we talk about DPZ, we talk about their ability to begin to utilize technology and make the offering and be able to consolidate an industry that needs to be consolidated. They're doing it, and they're growing globally. And they're doing it right now at a valuation that probably is commensurate with the valuation. But remember, there's been a lot of volatility in the stock over the last few months, and we traded all the way down to 165 before coming right back over 200 now. I think the stock's probably a hold with still some uncertainty, and this transition is as confident as I am that Patrick Doyle will engineer that. I think we just still need to hear more.
He's 54 years old. He says he is not going to retire. He's going to take a trip first, but after that, he could be on the list somewhere to be another CEO who can turn a company around, who has done it, a consumer company perhaps.
What do you think? I can see you're thinking about something.
I don't know. Are there CEOs that are needed at Chipotle, perhaps?
I wonder though if he has a non-compete. When you have when you have a talent like that,
he may.
I would think.
I don't know.
I wouldn't want him out there.
I want to listen to Jim's interview. I got to tell you, that sounds interesting.
I should have known when he did those first ads in 2010 that were our pizza is awful.
Right.
That was fantastic.